All right, time to kick off. Welcome. It's time for town meeting number 166. It's September 30th, 2025. And today we are being joined by Alfred, Cosmo, Guillermo, Leandro, Slate, and Fanny. Thanks for being here. As you can see on the screen, quick outline of today's agenda, with the main item being the workgroup updates. It's that time of the month. Quick reminder on what the ambassador program is and what we're doing. Basically, we're a group of like-minded people all quite in tune with the mission and vision of Singularity Net and its ecosystem, and that want to contribute to building towards beneficial AGI. We have a wide range of self-organizing work groups, and yeah, if you're interested in helping out, we do have a work group that fits your interests, your skills, your talents. So do hop onto our Discord server. You'll find a how to join section there, which will explain you how to join. All right, with that out of the way, a couple of mentions. First one, I figured it would be decent to give a little update on the quarterly budget process. Earlier today, the deadline closed for consenting or objecting to the proposals. And we did manage to get the quorum for all proposals, which looked a little bit close and yeah, whether we would make it or not, but Fanny pushed a little bit and that did help. So thanks for that. And of course, thanks for everybody that shared their opinions on the proposals. There were top of mind four work groups that received objections. And earlier today, we spent pretty much the whole work group, governance work group call trying to resolve the objections around strategy guild. And top of mind, there's remaining. I should have prepared this a little bit of. I believe marketing, writers, and education are the ones with also with objections. However, due to we have this 80/20 rule, where if there's more than 80% of the interactions are consents, so not objections, then the objections don't stop the proposals from passing. However, they do still need addressing. So yeah, on these remaining three work groups, we'll spend upcoming Thursday's governance call to touch on the objections. And we now have a governance dashboard, which can also deal with this asynchronously. So yeah, it would be good to have some discussion going on the objections before Thursday. All right, believe that kind of covers. Quick check in the room if I'm skipping on anything important on that budget process update.
I can bring some insight on the experience we have with the Dash, just a little bit, just to bring some numbers into that. So I shared this earlier yesterday. So 245 votes. Sorry, Vani, for the wording. So engaging in the work groups, consenting, objecting, or abstaining. That's a big number. Today it was 33 core contributors engaging. The other number that pops up on the tooling is the 400 since 20th engaging with AI assistant. And if we add that, the 200 we had before, those 600 queries coming from a very small amount of core contributors. And that was another good number. And yeah, definitely. And let's say, what would be the right word? Encourage people to, as Peter mentioned, do more async dialogue in commenting, and that way we can get through the consent process faster. But still, this is whole being an experiment of the use of the tool. So numbers are looking good, and we will share later on a pretty case study kind of analytics.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I think numbers-wise, a great success for this very first iteration where we're using the dashboard. So yeah, kudos there. And I believe apologies if I missed it. But did you mention the total amount of core contributors that participated?
Yeah, I think I need to check because there was some interactions earlier today. But yeah, definitely, I think we reached the past iteration um, that Van is mentioning on the chat, 33, with the ones that engaged today. So pretty the same from previous quarter.
Yeah, awesome. All right. Yeah, thanks for that. Then a quick one on the workgroup syncing call. That's usually the week after this specific workgroup updates town hall. And I figured I would go with Monday 16 UTC. Just added it to the calendar earlier. If there's any blockers or considerations I missed, why that is not a good idea to have it at that point, please do let me know. It's right 1 hour before the Odin community call. This was suggested by Tavo to be joining in. They're hosting this kind of network of networks kind of call. I was secretly hoping for Tavo to be on the call so he could give a little bit of background, but I'm really not the one to be introducing this. But we'll definitely attend that one. So anybody in the room that has more knowledge on this by any chance? The way I understood from Tavo's post is it's basically multiple networks joining in together and trying to share and learn from each other, which is yeah, just solid. So that's why I'm gonna join. And I think it would be great if yeah, if we can have decent representation during that call by joining. All right, that is dimensions. Which brings us to the workgroup updates portion of this town hall. Wanted to start with the temporary fundraising workgroup. To kick things off, I believe there's a little update coming there from Alfred. If you want, the floor is yours.
All right. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, sorry about that. Please confirm if you could hear me clearly. Yeah, okay. So yeah, as we know, a temporary work group was created, to find ways on how we could mitigate the effect of low token price on it's because it's limiting some work groups and guilds for not taking up some high initiative, that requires high funding. So to get more knowledge or context relating to that, to the work group, I will share the proposal documents in the chat. Yeah, so we could go through it again. So, and the work group will be created already, and the five members that we participate in have been chosen, which is Vani, myself, Ayomi Sugar, Malik, and Essay. And we've kicked to action already. So presently, we are currently sending out a spreadsheet to all work group and guilds to get your input on projects or proposals, that that the work groups or guilds will need funding on. So this could streamline our research and drafting of proposals. So, and let me share the sheets for that also in chats. Where is it? So come on, let me get that. Yeah. So I've also shared the sheet for that in chat. So we would want all work groups, both members and leads, you could just go in and ship in any project or idea, any project you want to work on that, So this could also help us in researching on grants or funding opportunities that we could get out there. So yeah, that's the updates I want to share. Thank you, Peter.
Well, thank you. Nice. And yeah, as you said, it would be great if all the work groups could fill in that information as complete as possible. Nice. That brings us to a quick one coming from Vanessa on governance workgroup side.
Yeah, so as everybody knows at the moment, governance work group is quite embroiled in the whole consent process, but we're already starting to look ahead to quarter 4. And the thing is that governance work group is supposed to be about the governance of the whole program. It's not like internal to governance work group. So any governance issue, any issue about how the program runs itself is something that people can put forward for discussion. I'm going to post a link to our rolling agenda in the chat. And at any time in the quarter, you can put something on. Peter, could you just screen share that for people just so that we can show what it looks like? So yeah, you see where we've got the heading new at the top. Any topic that you think of that comes up in your work group or just from your observations, you can stick it down there. And if you can just scroll down a little bit, Peter, we have got a facilitation rota and schedule there. Um, what's in there at the moment is very speculative, so don't take it as read. But what we try and do is work out the best order to put things in and try and assign a facilitator to things. But if you look at it and you think, oh my God, my topic isn't there, don't panic. We will get to it. And also, if you want to know if something has been discussed in the past, you can see a long, long list there of things that we have discussed ever since we've had this document in place for about a year and a bit now. So, yeah, if you want to do a Control F and see if the thing you're thinking of has been talked about before, then yeah, it's a good start. But if it has been talked about before, it may have been a while ago, and there's nothing wrong with talking about it again. So, yeah, just really to encourage people to think a bit wider, I suppose. Sometimes we can get a little bit embroiled in the day-to-day of our individual work groups. But if you take a step back and you think, "Do you know what, there's a whole issue there for the ambassador program as a whole," you can bring it to governance work group. So yeah, that's about it, really.
Nice. Yeah, it works great. The system, as you can see on the indeed very long list of topics being covered. I think most of them were collected through this document. So yeah, good stuff. All right. Yeah, the next on the list, and well, I can go to slideshow for a second to read out two words, being R&D and LATAM. That pretty much means the floor is yours, Guillermo. And I guess I should stop screen sharing. Not sure.
Yeah, and when we will keep on the governance aspect of if we start with R&D and sharing a little bit more of a governance dashboard experience, because also we are learning how to use the tool and we are building in behalf of what we learn. And these last couple of weeks have been pretty eureka moments. We have a bunch of them within the governance work members, Vani, Peter, and so forth, a lot of members that have been helping on this, even on weekends. And these have also take us to change schedule. And so we are still building it. And for the next V3, we will input all of these changes from the learnings we have. It's a pretty cross work group collaboration. So, and everyone is invited to join the discussion and bring some inputs. We will have a properly retrospective, and there's already a feedback spreadsheet around. But also sharing the numbers. As I mentioned before, 600-ish and more probably engagement with the AI assist. Even the system prompt was very narrow and pretty basic, fundamental in reporting and all of this. And this took us to the relevance of the AI ethics in the development. We carry out some good feedback sessions with Malik that shared R&D the other day. And we will carry on privacy, a disclaimer, and also training the tool on our, as we mentioned probably last town hall, on all about ambassador program, all our history, track record, summary. So Still work in progress. But let's also do this in kind of show now where we are and share how it looks with within the process, okay? So what you guys see right now, it's the dash in the middle of the consent process. So let me put this one out. So the amount of core contributors, members, it raised from yesterday 50 to 54 early this morning. Votes, there were 240. Today there were 270. So things have been pretty dynamic. Also by advertising in regards to the quorum and all of that. We have some newcomers, some people that is reaching out to see the tool and also have to do with the Odin networking meeting that you mentioned, Pete, because there's some developments on the other communities that are probably there's a lot of room for collaborations. So, and this is, here we have all the quarterly reports submitted in the tool, 21 in total, 1 per each workgroup and guild. You can see the specific here. I don't know if it's showing well, but let's use the LATAM, and let's show also, we can use this to showcase the monthly updates we did have within the LATAM. So, but we have strategy. It has 12 consents. Showing here on the right, 3 objections, 1 abstain. The quarterly report, basic, you have the objections, arguments, and also, and this is what we want to encourage, is to standardize treasury inputs. This way we can discriminate in terms of admin and operational usage of resources. And also this, because here is where we can dialogue, and that's basic, fundamental for governance. But let's use the tool now for showcasing. So the whole quarterly report is here. LATAM, yeah, was kind of surprised by the amount of consent, even though we are a small team, so that proves that the community is liking what we do. This is kind of a quarterly report, so it's probably these numbers are too big for our media platforms, but we have big days for a lot of statements that we do on X, highlighting August the 15th with almost 500,000 impressions. This is kind of nonsense number for me. But when we have the support from the global accounts like Singularity or ASI, this is what happened. The amount of impressions goes really to the roof. Then I do wanna, and this is also kind of R&D LATAM thing going on, because with LATAM we focus, as we mentioned, a lot of the onboarding on dev, and we have here the LATAM GOAT, Leon, in the room. Big shout out to Leon, because he was really big part of having the dash and the foundational for what we're building here. But we haven't done that only. We also did participate in 3 hacks. We mentioned this earlier, but let's showcase the last deployment. That was for we did mention this last week, but the agent wasn't already there. So let's go through it a little bit. So BNB, a big partner, and we did engage through the ASI Alliance with a partnership hack, track AI, named Unlocking Agent Intelligence on BNB. So this is all on Leandro, okay? I just stand back playing defense. And he had total freedom to kind of brainstorm on what to do. It's the 3rd hack we have in this, the same month and a half, while building the dashboard. So I was almost pretty amazed what the team can do and deliver. We did prepare both communication in Spanish and in English, try to reach global engagement and also to get all the attention of the members of the judge and the BNB team into our development. So I'm going to share here so you guys can later on check with more time all the capabilities that this agent has. But you have a video, complete video. We shared this last time. So basically, it's interacting with many platforms. And basically, it's, from my understanding, the LST token, it's avoiding, it helps to avoid to be locked and to pay fees for each interaction, and have the best way to, let's say, yeah, interact with a BNB token. Interacting with a pancake swap, and again, it's you're avoiding to lose liquidity when stacked. Okay, so it's not locked, and that way you are able to access your tokens always. Then you have fully the understanding of everything on that thread we put together. And if we go, the agent is already deployed in the cloud, 14, a pretty great rating already. And here you have everything. So you can, guys, have start taking advantage of the, yeah, good use case of this. And everything is up here on the repo we put together for the R&D LATAM. This new rebranding of, you know, because the family is bigger. And the other good thing that the team has done, again, also in Leon, this was a really good thing, and thank you, Peter, for putting this, sharing this also on the Telegram globally. It's and also for reaching out and you know, cheering the team that is behind this. So the LATAM kind of was you know, this LATAM R&D kind of family that is happening. The first community contribution in the community ASI dev side, and it's a pretty good one. So how to integrate ASI models with Next. The whole case, step-by-step tutorial is up there. And this was September the 8th. So yeah, people use this because this is great stuff. This is the way we kind of onboard people to our stack. And it's a good one. And yeah, here is also the use case we put out. We did create a thread with a funny joke interacting with a chat in Spanish. I can look for that also. And we add one more video to our new kind of educational channel in regard of how to use the advantage of the ASI stack. And we are now working with Vasu and the education workgroup, try to bring what we learn to help them with a new initiative they have with the ASI Academy, which is a good one. So we can also share this and also don't overlap efforts, and also probably we can use some AI tooling for translation, voiceovers, and they have some critical ideas that we didn't thought about. We were kind of just moving, you know, and thinking why we move. So they're kind of doing like the strategy thing that I really like from the report. Also, you can find that on the dashboard. And then we brought this one from the grave, the ACP agent. We didn't want, but we reach out the ICP regional managers for LATAM, and we are proposing for them to integrate it to their governance dashboard. So we were thinking on redoing what we have it, like the 5-slide kind of pitch, and put some more features into it. And yeah, to that, yeah, probably it's gonna be. And we don't want to build, and of course we want to win hacks, but we are not just participating for that. And at the end, if we don't win, if we can integrate that agent to the governance dashboard from the ICP, we already have a partnership going on and collaboration with the global. Why not? So we reach out, and I have a good friend there, so probably happen. And yeah, and also do this, why not play a little bit of what we have been trying. And now we're going to be working on workshops, how to build step by step, probably using StreamYard or something to do it live. And everything we do ends up here. So we're trying to organize it. And what we have been doing, I'm going to play it here a little bit. This is within the ICP. So we showcase what we build. If we build something for a hack, we create a video. And the other content we are creating, so we teach how to integrate ASI 1 with the Agentverse. So it's a step-by-step. We have been working on improving our video quality also, using Zooms and all these things that really work out since number 1. So here is Leanne in a specific detail on how to use and integrate an agent. There's some, tips and bits that if you know them from the beginning, they can really help you through the process. Here he's showing the integration with the governance ICP dashboard. Let me go to another one. And then we were also, let's say, doing the Spanish version of the initiative from the partners from Fetch. That it's they have the spotlight agent of the day. So we pick the ones that we really like, focus on development, okay? And here is Leanne showcasing how to integrate ASI 1 with Agentverse and to use this agent for going through repos, okay? GitHub repos, analyzing the data. So he's calling the agent, he's cutting and pasting the name of the agent. That way, he brings up into live the agent, and he's going to apply it here as he's showing into one of the repos, Leanne repos. And what this agent would do is to go through the thing and give you a summary of what is there. So, and we share this to the review circle from the deep funding, trying to help them to optimize the time. I don't know, Slade, if you guys have been using, but I think it's still live, and the thing is pretty useful. Yeah, that's what we have been trying, Pete, and this is also what we want to share with Vasu and yeah, the Education Guild. And the other good thing that came out from R&D, and with this, I promise I close my shut up. Let me get it. This is LATAM. The other outcome from the R&D was the closure of the SEO research. So Kisi, Lord Kisi, and Vasu put together this proposal in Q2. And they really nail it because we have a lot of efforts in communication, writers, marketing, education, but we were kind of missing like a strategy. And all of that comes from data, okay? And the data comes from SEO, okay, analysis. So the guys did spend these last 3 months. The proposal went through the R&D pipe funnel, got a lot of support. We kind of didn't understand it, and it was right on point when Peter came in and said, this can impact 4 work groups. What is that you guys don't see? And I'm like, okay, research. And yeah, so here I'm going to share the report, the final report on the chat. And the thing is pretty solid, and they come up with some work that we are going to be using also in LATAM. And now the ball it's on marketing writers and video to use it, because this is, as we said last time, it will become a tool if it's used. Now still something in a box. Yeah, and I think that's it, Pete. Yeah, that will do it.
Yeah, nice.
On my end.
Great overview. Thanks a lot for sharing and for building. I mean, that's really the best to see, just the building picking up and happening. Now all we need is just 1 or 2 hackathon wins and we're good to go. Any
Yep,
questions in the
yep.
room, or comments, or thoughts, or
An appraisal from my side is very good, and I really love the initiatives being taken by especially the LATAM. So great work there in LATAM and also in R&D. And yeah, Leanne is also here, so great job. Yeah.
The GOAT, Leandro Gavidia. Good one. Thanks, Slate.
all right. I think, as far as I'm aware, not a lot of other work groups stepped up to share any updates, and we shifted away from like trying to squish 21 work group updates into 1 hour. So that kind of leaves me wondering, perhaps there still is somebody representing a work group that wants to share an update, because you most definitely can. The alternative would be giving 20 minutes of your time back to everybody, which is a total of 4 hours. So that's an option as well. All right. Yeah, another option would be just random open topics, which apparently we do have time for as well. So if there's anything, not like the work group update, but anything you want to ask or share, you most definitely can. All right. That does make me kind of lean into wrapping up relatively early, which on a personal note, I don't mind too much. Trying to recover from being sick, so I don't mind it too much. Yeah, I don't see anybody raising hands or speaking up, so I do think that's a wrap for today. I will put a quick reminder on the upcoming calls for tomorrow, which is education, R&D, and LATAM. And we have 4 more the day after, starting with AI Sandbox Think Tank, and onboarding, open governance, and African Guild. So in the coming 2 days, we have 7 calls coming up.
Oh, can I just make a correction? I think onboarding is moving to the week after. We
Okay.
haven't definitely said, but I think we're going to have to.
Okay. Yeah, do let me know then, or yeah, if you're able to adjust it on the calendar directly, that's also perfectly fine. Yeah, cool. Well, and then for the complete overview, I guess I'll chuck in Friday as well with starting off with marketing and then the BGI 25 planning session, then writers work group, and then a video work group to conclude the week. Welcome, Kenichi. We're about to wrap up, so unless you have something to add to the current call, which you definitely can if you want to, yeah, we are very close to wrapping up. So thanks for hopping on, but I do think also see you on the next one. All right. Thanks all for being here and sharing your time. And yeah, hope to see you on one of the upcoming calls. And if not, we'll talk on Discord. Have a good one. Cheers.
Thanks, Peter.